How would I define ghosting? Ghosting is leaving people there.
For some reason of their own. They stop talking to each other.
I think ghosting is when you're like consistently talking to somebody and then you just disappear like off the face of the earth forever.
So I would say that ghosting is just kind of randomly disappearing on someone when you're talking mostly online. I was in a class of maths and I was talking about ghosting. It was something that came up in someone's presentation, an article they were presenting on. And I was like, I don't really know how morally wrong this is, guys. Like, I can't exactly say that there's never a situation where ghosting is justified. And it became this really big class discussion, and there were classmates talking about it being an immature decision, it being amoral, it being immoral, and a lot of different opinions. And I was like, well, why don't we actually just study it?
So I was really kind of bring the theory, bring some of the approaches from psychologists, say like, okay, this norm is emerging. Like, what do people think about it? Like, to me, that was very exciting. It felt like, even though it's been around, I wouldn't say it's quite new. It's recent. And for example, if you take as a measure like being added to the dictionary, as Oliver mentioned. So I'm really like, it's exciting for me to kind of look at something that's coming out and sort of say like, what do people really think about it?
I have.
What's that like?
Well, it doesn't feel right. It feels like they are just like, let's say, canceling your existence.
No, because I always demand an explanation.
The worst thing I've ever felt or experienced in my life. So, yeah, not much more to that. All the time.
Might get changed afterwards, so I have done that.
Recently ghosted somebody within the past couple of days, actually. Yeah, I'm guilty.
Just so you know.
I'm guilty, yeah, it's good.
It was, we knew that we wanted to use vignettes for the study, so that was kind of from the study's thought. We knew we wanted to use vignettes for it. And I wrote it with, in particular, I included names that were gender neutral. So the names are Charlie and Riley, so they can be whatever gender people assign to them. And it's particularly vague as well. So it's kind of just saying they've been messaging, it's been this amount of time. Things are either like very frequent or they're not frequent at all. And there's intentionally not a lot of information there for someone to kind of go off of other than the variables that we were manipulating. What we do know is that people who experienced ghosting or had ghosted someone in the past were less likely than people who had not experienced ghosting. They were less likely to view it as wrong. So people who ghosted in the past viewed it as less wrong to ghost than people who hadn't experienced ghosting. So it kind of depends on what your experience is as well.
I actually believe like that's wrong.
It's inevitable to someone. You're either a victim of it or you do it to other people. So I would like to say don't do it.
Because if you're talking to somebody for like months and then you ghost them, like I feel like that's more heartbreaking to me than like you're talking to someone for like a week and then they ghost you. Because then like I can get over that. Like that's fine.
It could be subjective to just, I don't know, I guess the situation.
I know I said I don't like to ghost people, but I have ghosted a couple people a few times, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, yeah.